Welcome everybody to SoPurdyWorkshop.com. If you want to check out our website, you got to spell purdy like we say it in Kentucky, okay? That it's not so pretty, it's so purdy. So, with that said, this video is we're gonna talk a little bit about these bobbin winders. They basically come in two different configurations: dirty and the round bobbins and the long bobbins. The round bobbin is basically the same thing as far as what we're going to deal with. So I'm not going to mess with this nasty thing here. This is off of a Singer, by the way. This is off of Davis. I'd rather work on that anyway. One of the things that I have to stress in the workshops is we do not ever take a screwdriver and go to cranking on the center screw right here, okay? You don't go and cranking that, because you will break the bobbin winder. It'll break right here on the Singers. It will break right back here, okay? There is a nut on the back side of that nut, on that screw. Before we go any further, before we even talk about the bobbin winder, I need to explain shoulder bolt, okay? The shoulder bolt is, some of you may know this, so just bear with me, okay? Shoulder bolt has threads and it has a shoulder. The shoulder is what goes and well, that won't go through there, but this is a shoulder bolt on the back of here. See the shoulder? This is called a shoulder. It goes through something, sticks out the other side just enough that when it's tight, it will still rotate on the screw, okay? Alright, the difference between a shoulder bolt and an eccentric. Eccentric is not an old crazy man, okay? An eccentric, this here is offset. It's going to be offset a little bit like, here's your screw head, there's the slot in it. The eccentric is going to be offset. And there's your screw, okay? This is exaggerated really, really bad. But this is what you call an eccentric. Now, this, I've already loosened all this stuff up so I could get started with this. If you turn this screw, let's see if we can get it to where it can be seen on the video. See how everything is moving side to side when I turn that screw? Alright, that is what that eccentric is doing. The eccentric is, it's offset, so as it moves, it'd be able to move this in an oval, or in an oblong, whatever you want to call it. What it's for is to, this is called a worm right here. This is the gear. Got little bitty tiny teeth on it that interact with this gear right here. I mean this worm, I'm sorry. The reason you have the eccentric is to set that, and you can also come around. Usually you can get a medium to where you have a snug mesh right here with this worm, and you don't have much. See, I've got too much play right there right now. So you turn that eccentric until you don't have very little play, but this still turns free, okay? And what that's for is to keep your gears meshed with your worm good, to where it doesn't cause a lot of wear on it, but at the same time it's not too tight to where it wears, and this is too hard to turn for the belt or the bobbin tire to turn it, or the winder tire, whatever you want to call it. Now, disassembling these, like I said, I already got all this loose. Ow! Alright, you do have the spring right there. By the way, you have another shoulder bolt right here. Very, very small shoulder, but it is there. Okay, and that's to go through there and still lets this rotate once it's tight on there. All right. Now, these, I didn't take it completely apart before the video. And, alright, let's get this off. You got to loosen this nut back here. Okay, usually what I have to do is I have to put a screwdriver in there, hold it like this, and take a wrench, turn it. Okay, my trusty little crescent wrench I keep in my pocket all the time. You may have to get two people. It may be easier to leave the bobbin on the machine like that. That way you can hold the screwdriver and turn the nut, reach in the back and turn the nut and get it loose, okay? But like I said, please never, ever, ever turn that and try to unscrew the screw, because I've seen two of these broken in workshops now where they try to turn that screw and start. You push it from the back side and this eccentric then will come out. It's really hard to see in this small and this far away, but you can see the eccentric there, it's offset. Okay, now that's got it apart pretty much. You can take that screw out right there, take the little heart-shaped part off here, and this is a cam. That's a cam. This will be your cam followers. Okay, on the back side of this, and I'll put this back together here in just a second. Try to do this a little quicker with the video isn't so long. Put that back in there, that's going back together. This is after you get all this cleaned up. Alright. Now I'm not, okay, all I'm doing is wiggling. See, you can see how that wiggles back and forth. Okay. Put the nut back on. And if I wasn't making a video, that would start right on there. Alright. You can snug this nut, okay? Alright. Now we're going to put this back on. Start the screw. You don't tighten it up like this. You start the screw. This is going to be just the same as a Singer, except you're not going to have two cam followers that go. Alright, I'm going to make sure the spring is engaged. Okay, you make sure that your shoulder is in your part, okay? Alright, and then, whoops. These are a little more fun than the Singers. Okay, whoops. That goes over that cam follower on each side of the cam, on the cam. Alright, then you can tighten the screw. Alright, now what I should have done, and I did not, but I think I can. Well, it don't look like I can get enough. See if I can loosen the nut and get it. I'm trying to do this in a little bit of a hurry. Because I'm making a video. This bobbin winder is probably one that if you cranked on it, you would probably break it, because it doesn't. A lot of them you can turn the screw and the gear will actually disengage from the worm. This won't. What I was wanting to do is get it over here real quick. Get this over. This should have went the other way because I don't have a bobbin in it. But there's two different ways you can adjust these. The thread guide. When you go to winding these, you'll notice that this one is a little easier than a Singer, because what I can do is I can center all this in a row right here. that is as far to the left as the thread guide's going to go. With a bobbin in here, with a bobbin in here, you make sure that this is about right at the end of the bobbin, just inside the disc, or yeah, just inside the disc, where the thread will not jump over the side of the disc on the bobbin. Right now, hopefully, we've got the travel centered. As it goes back this way and this way, if it's not adjusted really well here, what you'll get is you'll get a lot of thread built up on the end, and then it'll go back, slim down, and then get fat again right at the end. So you want to adjust it the best you can right here. All right. See what I do? I can go to the right or to the left. See, that's moving the thread guide. All right, but at the same time, I'm also going to try to set the mesh right there. Like I said, you want to set that. All right, I would tighten the nut now. I'm not going to do it right now for the sake of keeping this video short. But try winding a bobbin and see what you got. You don't have to tighten the nut really tight yet, but you try to wind a bobbin and see where your thread lays. And if your thread is, remember we stopped. Okay, we stopped with the travel over to the right. So when you wind a bobbin, if you end up with too much thread on the right, you can take that and turn it back the other way, that way. I've got it a little loose right there right now, but still got it loose. Alright, I've got just a little bit of wiggle right there, and that's all we want. Alright, and then that was going to turn easy now. One way or the other, try to get it set as close as you can, and then at this point, then you can bend this if you have to. Take pliers. If I was going to use pliers on it, I'd take a little piece of leather and wrap around this. Use pliers and just try to tweak it one side to the other. I ain't got no pliers in my hand. I didn't think about this when I started the video. But you bend this very carefully, okay? I don't like bending them. I would rather adjust it if I can right here. Most of the time, you're going to be able to adjust it with a screw here because it was adjusted at the factory. The machine's okay, unless this has been bent, okay? If it's been dropped or whatever, or knocked around, jerked around like a lot of these old machines are, make sure the screw that's in the center of the gear, you don't try to just unscrew it, okay? It will not unscrew. It's just going to turn around, and if it's really tight, it will break your bobbin winder, okay? That is the main thing I wanted to stress in this video. And the adjustment of this thread guide, trying to get it centered. Like I said, any more information? I can show you all of this in our workshops. I cover this in the workshops. One more thing, if you have a bobbin winder that this won't turn, if you will go ahead and disassemble the bobbin winder and then take a brass hammer and tap on this, all it here, all it there, tap, keep on tapping on it, keep on turn on it. You can take a piece of leather, wrap around this, take a pair of pliers, get a hold of that leather real tight, and go to turning. And you can usually get them loose out of the way. I have had to heat them up a little bit with a heat gun, but most of the time, no. Most of the time, just tapping and oil is all you have to have, and get them loose. That's about covers it. Like I said, visit our website, SoPrettyWorkshops.com. Also check out our other stuff on the YouTube channel, and like us, and follow us, and all that good stuff. Subscribe to us, help us out, and try to sign up for a workshop. We'd love to have you. Covered lots and lots of other stuff other than this, but there's just a few things like this I wanted to share. We do everything we can in the workshops to get it to where when you go home, you are able to tear down a machine you're able to put that machine back together and make it work. And that is my goal anyway. And so, any questions? Oh, wait a minute, you can't answer me questions. Okay. All right, like I said, SoPrettyWorkshops.com. You can send me an email, comment on the video. I will answer you as quick as I can. Phone number is on the website, and you're welcome to call me. I'll help you out any way I can. Any of the older machines, I should be able to help you. Thank you very much.